In a world filled with endless temptations, distractions, and shallow connections, true loyalty has become a rare gem. Many men wonder, is there such a thing as a woman who will never cheat? The truth is, yes, there are women who live by timeless principles, women who embody values so deeply rooted in their character that betrayal has no place in their soul. Today, we will explore 10 profound qualities of a woman who never cheats, through the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, practical reflections, and ancient truths that still guide us today. But before we begin, if you value wisdom that strengthens your relationships, your mind, and your spirit, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Join a growing community dedicated to self-mastery and deep reflection. And if at any point something resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your words might help another man see clearly what he has been blind to. Now, let us begin our journey. Quality 1. Integrity beyond temptation. A woman who never cheats is a woman of integrity. Integrity is not about being honest only when it's convenient. It is about living in truth, even when no one is watching. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things." This means true virtue is not displayed to impress others but lived as an unshakable foundation within. For such a woman, cheating is not even a possibility because her sense of self would not allow it. She is loyal not only because she loves you but because she loves her own soul too much to stain it with deceit. Ask yourself, does she keep her word in small matters? Does she honor commitments, even when they are inconvenient? If she is faithful in small things, chances are she will be faithful in great things. Integrity cannot be faked. A woman of integrity sleeps peacefully because her conscience is clean. And a clean conscience is a shield against betrayal. Quality 2. Emotional discipline. A woman who never cheats is not a slave to her emotions. Stoicism teaches that emotions are not enemies, but they must be mastered. Seneca wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." A woman driven by fleeting desires will always chase novelty. But a woman who disciplines her emotions, who knows how to sit with her feelings rather than act upon impulse, will remain grounded. She understands that attraction to others may happen, but attraction does not dictate action. She does not confuse a momentary spark with lasting value. When anger comes, does she lash out recklessly? When temptation arises, does she immediately indulge? Watch how she treats her own impulses. Self-control in everyday life is the same self-control that protects fidelity in relationships. A woman of emotional discipline is a fortress. She is unshaken by passing storms, and in her steadiness, you will find peace. Quality 3. Respect for herself and others. Cheating begins when respect disappears. Respect for the self and respect for the relationship. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." A woman who never cheats knows the privilege of love and treats it with reverence. She does not allow herself to become cheapened by lies or shallow thrills. Her respect for herself is too high, and her respect for others too deep, to engage in something that would cause harm. Look at how she treats the waiter, the stranger, the people who can give her nothing. Respect is not selective. A woman who respects all will honor you in private. Respect is the soil in which loyalty grows. Where there is no respect, betrayal finds fertile ground. Quality 4. Contentment in simplicity. Many betrayals come not from lack of love, but from endless desire. The Greek philosopher Epicurus warned, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not." A woman who never cheats knows how to be content. She does not look at every man as a new possibility. She sees value in the life she already has. She understands that real happiness is not found in chasing every thrill but in cultivating gratitude for what is already present. She does not live in comparison or envy, but in appreciation. Does she often complain about what she lacks? Or does she show gratitude for the simple things? A shared meal, a quiet walk, a moment of laughter? Gratitude is the antidote to betrayal. A woman who is content in simplicity cannot be tempted by illusions of more. Her heart is full because she knows enough is already enough. Quality 5. Courage to be alone. This may surprise you, but a woman who never cheats is not afraid of solitude. She does not cling to relationships out of desperation. She does not seek validation from every man's attention. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. The same is true for women. A woman who can stand alone will never lower herself to dishonesty. She does not need the comfort of multiple attachments because she is whole by herself. Cheating often comes from fear of being alone, from the search for constant reassurance. But a woman who embraces solitude is already free. Observe her silence. Does she always need noise, validation, and attention? Or can she enjoy moments of quiet with peace in her heart? The answer reveals much about her strength. Only those who are whole can remain loyal. A woman who fears loneliness will always run from it. A woman who accepts loneliness will never betray to escape it. We have uncovered the first 5 qualities of a woman who never cheats: integrity, emotional discipline, respect, contentment, and courage to be alone. Each of these qualities, deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom, reveals the soul of a woman who values truth above temptation. But we are only halfway through this journey. In the next part, we will explore 5 more powerful qualities, traits that not only guard against betrayal but also build unshakable trust. So if you found value here, don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and continue this journey with us. In the first part of this journey, we explored 5 profound qualities of a woman who never cheats: integrity, emotional discipline, respect, contentment, and courage to be alone. Each of these qualities creates the foundation of loyalty, a shield against betrayal, and a reminder that true love is rooted in strength of character, not in fleeting attraction. Now let us continue. In this part, we will uncover more qualities, traits that bring even deeper insight into the nature of faithfulness. Quality 6. Loyalty to principles, not just to people. A woman who never cheats is not simply loyal to you as a person. She is loyal to principles that guide her entire life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This timeless wisdom reveals that true faithfulness does not depend on circumstances but on an unwavering commitment to virtue. Cheating is not just a betrayal of a partner. It is a betrayal of one's own moral code. A woman who is loyal to principles understands this. Her loyalty runs deeper than temporary feelings. Even if she faces opportunities that no one would ever discover, she still chooses truth, because her inner compass does not allow her to act otherwise. Pay attention to her decision-making. When no one is watching, does she still act with honesty? Does she cut corners, or does she remain steady? A woman loyal to principle treats fidelity as sacred, not because someone else demands it, but because she demands it of herself. Relationships built on mere feelings may falter, but relationships built on principle endure. A woman whose loyalty flows from her philosophy cannot be swayed by temptation, for her loyalty is anchored in virtue. Quality 7. Mastery over desires. Desire has been the downfall of kings, warriors, and philosophers alike. It is no different in relationships. The Stoics often warned against being enslaved by desire. Epictetus declared, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Desire unchecked controls us, but mastery over desire frees us. A woman who never cheats has cultivated mastery over her own desires. She understands the difference between a fleeting impulse and true love. She knows the eyes may wander, but the heart must remain steady. She does not allow lust to rule over loyalty, nor does she confuse temporary passion with meaningful commitment. This mastery does not mean she never feels attraction to others. Rather, it means she refuses to let those feelings dictate her actions. She understands that discipline is the highest form of freedom, because it allows her to act in alignment with her values rather than in submission to her urges. Observe how she handles temptation in everyday life. Does she overindulge in pleasures without restraint, or does she show moderation? From food to money, from entertainment to attention, mastery over small desires reflects mastery over greater ones. Betrayal often begins with a single step into indulgence. A woman who has trained herself to master her desires will not allow herself to take that step. Her loyalty is preserved by her discipline, and her discipline is born from wisdom. Quality 8. transparency and honesty in communication. We will begin this one in the next section, but let us prepare the ground here. Another quality that separates a faithful woman from one who betrays is her commitment to honesty. Cheating thrives in secrecy, but transparency kills secrecy at its root. A woman who values honesty in all communication creates a bond so strong that betrayal cannot take root. We will dive deeper into this in the next part, but for now, remember this: where honesty lives, deception dies. So far, we have added 2 more qualities to our list: loyalty to principles and mastery over desires. These are not small virtues. They are monumental pillars upon which trust is built. Without them, relationships crumble. With them, love becomes unshakable. In the next part, we will continue with even more powerful qualities: transparency, compassion, and the rare ability to value long-term bonds over short-term thrills. Each will show us how a woman who never cheats does not just avoid betrayal, but actively builds a relationship that is resilient, trustworthy, and unbreakable. If this journey has given you value so far, make sure you subscribe and share your reflections in the comments. Which quality resonates most with you? Which one do you believe is most overlooked in today's world? Your voice matters here. So far, we have uncovered 7 powerful qualities of a woman who never cheats: integrity, emotional discipline, respect, contentment, courage to be alone, loyalty to principles, and mastery over desires. Each of these qualities points to something greater than mere behavior. They reflect the inner strength of a woman who values her soul more than temptation. Now, we move deeper into 2 more qualities that reveal her heart and mind. These qualities not only protect against betrayal but actively create bonds of trust so strong that deceit cannot find a place to grow. Quality 8. Transparency and honesty in communication. A woman who never cheats does not thrive in secrets. She understands that deceit is the soil where betrayal grows. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This wisdom points us to a life of openness, where truth is spoken plainly, and shadows of dishonesty have no shelter. Transparency is not just about telling the truth when asked. It is about creating an atmosphere where the truth flows freely. A woman who practices honesty in small conversations will also be honest in matters of the heart. She does not hide her struggles, her feelings, or her vulnerabilities behind walls of silence. Instead, she speaks with clarity and courage, knowing that honesty is the foundation of trust. Cheating cannot exist where transparency rules, because secrecy and deceit are its lifeblood. A woman who values communication ensures that no hidden darkness festers in her soul. Notice how she responds when difficult conversations arise. Does she avoid them, or does she confront them with patience and openness? When uncomfortable truths must be spoken, does she choose honesty, or does she escape into silence? These moments reveal whether her loyalty is protected by transparency. In a world filled with deception, honesty shines like light in a dark cave. A woman who practices transparency ensures that betrayal cannot find a hiding place. Her openness does not just protect the relationship, it strengthens it. Quality 9. Compassion rooted in understanding. Cheating often grows out of selfishness, a desire to fulfill one's own wants at the expense of another's heart. But a woman who never cheats is guided by compassion. She feels the weight of another person's emotions and chooses never to cause unnecessary harm. Seneca wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Compassion is not weakness, it is wisdom. A compassionate woman understands that her actions ripple outward, affecting not only her partner but also the trust, security, and peace of the relationship itself. This compassion makes her think twice before doing anything that might shatter the bond she has built. She sees cheating not just as a personal failure but as a deep wound inflicted on another soul. Because she values empathy, she would never betray the vulnerability that her partner entrusted to her. Look at how she treats those who are vulnerable. Children, the elderly, animals, or even you when you are at your lowest. Compassion is revealed most clearly when someone has the power to harm but chooses to protect instead. Compassion is more than kindness. It is the recognition that love is fragile, and it must be guarded carefully. A woman who acts with compassion will never treat love recklessly. Her empathy builds walls of protection around fidelity. Interlude. the Stoic bridge between honesty and compassion. Transparency and compassion may seem like different qualities, but in truth, they are deeply connected. Transparency keeps love pure by driving away deceit, while compassion keeps love safe by driving away selfishness. Together, they form a bridge of trust strong enough to withstand storms of temptation. Marcus Aurelius once asked, "When you have the power to do good, why delay?" A faithful woman understands that honesty and kindness are not to be delayed or withheld. They must be offered constantly, for they form the daily habits that sustain love over a lifetime. We now stand with 9 qualities revealed: integrity, emotional discipline, respect, contentment, courage to be alone, loyalty to principles, mastery over desires, transparency, and compassion. Each quality is a stone placed carefully upon the foundation of loyalty, building a fortress against betrayal. But our journey is not yet complete. In the final part, we will uncover the 10th and perhaps most powerful quality of all, a trait that unites all the others, giving them purpose and permanence. And along with it, we will reflect on how these 10 qualities together paint the portrait of a woman whose love is unshakable. So, if you have found meaning in this wisdom, make sure you subscribe and join the conversation in the comments below. Share which of these qualities you believe is most essential, and let us continue walking together on this path of truth and self-mastery. Stay with me. The final part will bring everything together into one timeless lesson. We have traveled a long way together. From integrity and emotional discipline to transparency and compassion, we have uncovered 9 powerful qualities of a woman who never cheats. These qualities form a portrait of a soul that values truth, loyalty, and virtue above fleeting pleasures. But now we arrive at the 10th and final quality, a trait that not only completes the picture but also binds all the other qualities together. Without this one, the others lose their depth. With it, they shine with unshakable strength. Quality 10. Commitment to growth and higher purpose. A woman who never cheats is not stagnant. She does not live only for comfort or temporary satisfaction. Instead, she lives with a sense of higher purpose, one that goes beyond herself and reaches into the realm of virtue, wisdom, and growth. The Stoic philosophers constantly reminded us that life is not about chasing pleasure but about cultivating excellence. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the essence of commitment to growth, choosing a vision of who you want to become and living daily in alignment with it. A woman who never cheats views her relationship as part of that higher journey. She sees loyalty not as a burden but as a path of honor. Cheating would destroy not just the bond with her partner but the alignment of her soul with her purpose. Her desire is not to live small, reactive, or careless. Instead, she seeks to elevate herself and her relationship towards something enduring. She knows that love is not static. It must be cultivated, refined, and nurtured. In her commitment to growth, she commits also to fidelity, because growth demands consistency, discipline, and trust. Ask yourself, does she strive to improve herself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Does she live as if each day is a chance to grow wiser, stronger, and more loving? A woman who sees life as growth will not risk that journey for a fleeting moment of betrayal. A life without purpose is a life easily distracted. A woman with purpose, however, is anchored. She knows where she is going, and she knows betrayal has no place on that path. The unity of all 10 qualities. When we step back and look at these 10 qualities together, we see a clear truth. Fidelity is not about circumstances, but about character. A woman who never cheats is not defined by the absence of opportunity, but by the presence of virtue. The 10 qualities are: 1. Integrity beyond temptation. 2. Emotional discipline. 3. Respect for herself and others. 4. Contentment in simplicity. 5. Courage to be alone. 6. Loyalty to principles, not just to people. 7. Mastery over desires. 8. Transparency and honesty in communication. 9. Compassion rooted in understanding. 10. Commitment to growth and higher purpose. Together, these qualities form the unshakable foundation of faithfulness. They reveal a woman who not only avoids betrayal but builds something greater. A relationship founded on truth, virtue, and enduring love. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The same can be said here. Waste no more time wondering what a faithful woman should be. Instead, learn to recognize her, cherish her, and most importantly, strive to live by these same virtues yourself. Because the truth is this: loyalty is not one-sided. It is a shared path. A woman who never cheats deserves a man who embodies the same virtues: integrity, discipline, respect, contentment, courage, loyalty, mastery, honesty, compassion, and purpose. Only then does the relationship become unbreakable. If these 10 qualities have opened your eyes, do not let them fade. Subscribe to this channel and continue walking the path of wisdom, strength, and self-mastery. Share your reflections in the comments. Which of these 10 qualities do you believe is the most essential in today's world? Which do you seek most in a partner, or strive to build within yourself? Your insights matter. By sharing them, you may help another soul recognize truth where they once saw confusion. And remember, wisdom is not learned in a single moment, it is practiced daily. Stay loyal to truth, and you will attract loyalty in return.